What's up? Welcome back to another Siezaboo's Manga Talk. My name is Siezaboo, and we are super close to finishing the Pokemon Adventure Series Volume 1 featuring Red, Blue, and Green. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how far we've come. I'm super excited. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Oh, and one more thing. If you do need to get caught up with us, I have left a link in the description below for you to catch up on all the episodes. Now, let's go ahead and get started with the latest episode. Adventure 32, A Little Kadabra'll Do It. As Red and Blue split up to fight Team Rocket, Green is still in a heavy battle with the powerful Sabrina. She blasts Green and Horsey away with one of Kadabra's powerful psychic attacks. Green is confused and begins to question how she is able to see in the dark. When I was little, the spoon I ate my strained peas with suddenly bent. From that day on, I've been a psychic warrior, she flaunts. Even Green can't hide that she's highly impressed with her skills and abilities. Sabrina swipes away more of Horsey's smokescreen. Green can tell she's no match for her, so instead of battling with Pokemon, she begins to battle with her words. Judging by your flyaway hair and your tacky outfit, you aren't cute and stylish like me. Sabrina becomes ticked and has had enough of Green's games. Kadabra hits her in the chest, and out comes Jigglypuff and Clefairy from under Green's dress in the chest area. Both of the Pokemon use Sing and Growl to break the sound barrier around Sabrina. She covers her ears and becomes unable to command Kadabra. The hallucinations also disappear, and the room returns to normal. Instead of sticking around to battle, Green grabs the badge and dashes out the door. Meanwhile, Red dashes through the halls, complaining that it feels like a maze. He suddenly enters a room with a strange device in the middle. The device has slots for badges, but what is it for? Red picks it up and suddenly hears two grunts chattering about how Koga and Lieutenant Surge were defeated. Red hides and hears Sabrina approaching them. She tells them to leave and walks into the room. Red quickly hides and remembers that he has one of the last badges that they need, and that she was the one that was responsible for kidnapping all of Pallet. Without thinking, he drops the device, alerting Sabrina. Red wastes no time in commanding Pikachu to charge and attack her, but Pikachu stops and suddenly becomes happy. How cute! Pikachu knows I'm not really an enemy. Sabrina's face melts off, transforming into a Ditto, and reveals that it's actually Green, pretending to be her. On a lower level, Blue has finally reached where they're keeping Professor Oak. Oak is glad to see his grandson, but he's worried about the others from Pallet Town. Forget about me. You've got to help the other people of the town first. Below us, in a basement, level 2, there's a huge Pokemon training ground. All of the people who were taken from the town are there. Oak also explains that Team Rocket wanted him to replace their previous scientist, Blaine, who had betrayed them. Blue helps Oak, who is injured, get to safety and to help reach the others from Pallet Town. Back on the upper floor, Red and Green are fighting over badges. Green reveals that it is in fact true that she stole the Marsh badge from Sabrina, and she would give it to Red if he traded her for the Moon badge. Green explains to Red that device is their secret weapon. When all badges are inserted, it generates an energy that amplifies a Pokemon's power big time. Suddenly, Sabrina darts into the room full of rage. Red quickly tries to use the device with all of his badges, but Green reveals that the truth is, she never really gave him back his real first 2 badges. Red is in full disbelief and angry as Red rushes off. Sabrina calls the legendary bird Pokemon to corner Red. Green actually didn't go very far. In fact, she went right behind the door. She inserts the device and starts it up. An orb flies into the other room. Outside the building, Brock, Misty, and Erica are battling and chasing away grunts. Saffron City has been freed, but there's about to be big trouble brewing inside Team Rocket's headquarters. Adventure 33, The Winged Legends. The orb flies at the 3 legendary bird Pokemon, merging them together to create one big Pokemon with ice, fire, and lightning abilities. Sabrina laughs. Thanks to the power aura generated by the device, these 3 bird Pokemon have produced a single legendary Pokemon. I'm not even sure what to call something like this. Zaptrace Uno? Sure. Zaptrace Uno hits Green, knocking her unconscious, and Red rushes to her side. That crazy legendary bird Pokemon goes even crazier, using Blizzard, Thunder, and Fire Spin, causing complete chaos in the room. Volcano. Boulder, Marsh, Thunder, Rainbow, Cascade, Soul, the power of all the gym leaders. Sabrina admits that the whole time they were using them to gather all the badges so that they could use the machine to create the ultimate Pokémon, and their plan had finally worked. Pikachu and Red tried to fight back, but they become completely overpowered. We're taking over your beloved Pallet Town. We'll make good use of its unspoiled land and its people with their strange empathy for Pokémon. Red is shocked to learn that their true intentions for the town and continues to fight back, but just as it seems like it's about to be completely over, Blue flies in on his Charizard to save the day. I've rescued my grandfather and the townspeople. All that's left is to defeat this freak, Blue screams. Sabrina tries and fights back with the legendary bird. She manages to knock them off Charizard with a powerful gust attack. Red quickly notices that the ceiling has been ripped off and the moon is exposed. He sees the Moonstone laying next to Green along with Clefairy and its Pokeball. He quickly grabs it, and it evolves from Clefairy into Clefable, and commands it to use Quick Attack. Clefable keeps attacking, Fury Swipes, Hyper Beam, and Comet Punch. It's super fast, and almost too fast for the legendary bird to handle. The real attack behind all these moves is Metronome. It was almost enough, but the Sky Attack throws Red, Blue, and Green out of the room and out of the entire building. Sabrina looks down, expecting them to have met their end, but to her surprise, something has caught all three of them, including Charizard, Blastoise, and Ivysaur. She goes in for the attack, and the three Pokemon attack back. Ivysaur quickly begins to glow, and finally evolves into Venusaur, making their combined attack even stronger. It tears through the monstrous bird, causing them to separate and retreat. The battle is over. But as the building is collapsing, Red turns to see a familiar man disappear behind the rubble. Team Rocket has been captured. Misty, Brock, and Erica congratulate the three on their hard-earned victory over Team Rocket. But Green has already left, not wanting to get caught by Professor Oak. Everyone decides to clean up and part ways, and Blue sets off, but not before telling Red, "Red, I'm looking forward to meeting you at the Indigo Plateau." Adventure 31 and Mewtwo Part 1. The Beast of Cerulean City. Somehow, through all the chaos with Team Rocket, their creation managed to escape. This is what Bill is telling Red while the two are on a call with each other. Bill warns Red that he shouldn't go after it, but Red informs him that he's already there and it's too late. He's already in Cerulean City and looking for a challenge. The beast destroyed much of the environment around the city. Bill describes it to be a white body with pointy ears, purple eyes? What is it? Even Red is confused. Red approaches a cave, and his team stops dead in their tracks. They're afraid of something. But what? A strong wind suddenly appears and blows Red and everyone into the air. He quickly calls for Aerodactyl to help. Snorlax, Pikachu, Gyarados, Poliwhirl, and Venusaur all hold on to each other, and they fly around the windstorm. Pikachu slips and begins to fall, and Red uses his Pokeballs to call everyone back. After safety landing, Red realizes that he isn't alone, and he's been caught. It was Blaine and his Rapidash. As they are battling out of the windstorm, they finally find who is creating it, Mewtwo, Team Rocket's creation. Blaine's arm begins to melt and swing around Red. This is why this thing has to be beaten now. That creature, as you know, is a genetic Pokemon that I created from a cell of Mew. Blaine also goes on to explain that he added human cells, his own cells, to help create Mewtwo, and if not defeated soon, the Mewtwo cells would take over Blaine and kill him. This leaves Red completely stunned. Blaine was a Mewtwo locator, and without him, Mewtwo would be unreachable. Blaine traps Red in one of Rapidash's fire attacks to protect him. Red pleads to Blaine that he can help him, but Blaine refuses. "Listen, kid, this isn't one of your fun adventures. If I'm too late, city after city will be destroyed." Red calls out to Blaine as he charges head-on to defeat Mewtwo. Our last adventure for today is Adventure 35 and Mewtwo Part 2. Blaine and Rapidash barrel downward onto Mewtwo, preparing for this to be the final clash between them both. As they hit each other, there is a huge explosion of fire. Red is freed from the fire attack, and when the dust and smoke has cleared, he sees Blaine lying on the ground, motionless. Red rushes over to check on him. Blaine is okay, but badly injured. He pulls out a ball with an M on it, a Master Ball. The two form a plan that is the only way to stop the powerful Mewtwo. It must be caught. Blaine lays there looking at Red, proud of what he's become. Your eyes have the same compassion in them as when I met you at the Team Rocket headquarters. Red was shocked. Blaine knew Red had snuck in, but how? Blaine explained it was because he was there, and that his willingness to protect Pokémon was inspiring and made him realize what he was doing was wrong. You're the reason I turned against Team Rocket. You're the source of my strength and courage. Blaine collapses, and before Red can check on him, Mewtwo rises. Their battle begins. Poliwrath begins the battle with an attack, but with a flick of its tail sends him flying. Mewtwo uses its psychic powers to attack with a giant spoon. Red sends Gyarados, Venusaur, and Snorlax to try and weaken it, but they're thrown around by another cyclone. Red flies upward onto Aerodactyl and aims for the middle of the cyclone, just like Blaine had explained and described before. Blaine rises up to see Red succeeding where he failed. Pikachu jumps off the two, and with the Master Ball in its mouth, throws it and captures Mewtwo. Mewtwo is finally defeated and captured. Blaine is completely shocked as Pikachu and Red hand him the Master Ball. The pain in Blaine's arm calms almost completely and disappears. All he can do is watch as Red and his team celebrate on another amazing victory. The two laugh as Red helps Blaine. Our boy Red is just simply amazing. And that is going to be all for today's episode, and I gotta say, this was by far the craziest episode yet. Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos merging into one legendary bird Pokemon. What did I call it? Zapdos Trace? I don't know, that's really cool. And what's up with Mewtwo fighting with a giant spoon? I gotta say that the creators took some risks, and I love what they did. First of all, where's Giovanni? So I know that Red's going to have to fight Giovanni at some point. I know that's going to come up next. And I cannot wait to see the Pokemon League or the Indigo Plateau battles. That's going to be incredible. Props to the creators for creating such an amazing manga series. And I know we've got a long way to go with learning other stories and everything further along into the Pokemon Adventure series. But by far, this series has been so good. And we're coming up on the end soon. There are only 5 chapters left. I'm probably going to split them up into 2 parts. So, if you don't want to miss it, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I will catch you all next Monday for the first part of the finale of Pokemon Adventures Volume 1. Until then, peace out. Bye.